guys. All right. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, do understand and get. Your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. Let's say it again. Your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. So, pretty much the Prosperity Bible, okay? And I am reading chapter 5, and it talks about the game of life and how to play it. Okay. Now I had uploaded a video of this same exact chapter. I mean, what the heck is that? Hold on 1 minute. Okay, maybe that was my Venetian blinds. Okay. So anywho, the game of life and how to play it. I had talked to you guys a lot. Well, I have talked to you guys a lot about universal law, right? And how there's certain laws in this here universe. When we tend to go against those laws due to ignorance, okay, because of programming, society, whatever, okay. If you want better, you have to do better. And for me, the only way that my life will change if I change, but also if I start studying. And that's really what did it for me studying. Okay. So I'm always, if you ever see me, okay, you'll always see me with a book. Majority of the time I have a book in my hand. Okay. Why? Because I'm always reading. I'm always finding out that there's a better way. Okay. And that's what you have to understand. There's always a better way to life than what we may be currently doing. Right. And it's for you to look at your life and say, is this working? What I'm doing, is this serving me? Okay? It doesn't matter what the programming was, who said what, none of those things matter. What matters is the stuff that seeds that you are currently planting, are you benefiting from those? Okay? Is it helping you in a way where it is though you absolutely love your life? Because each and every day we supposed to be loving our lives. We supposed to be waking up excited about life. And if you're not doing any of those things, that is because of your paradigm, is because of your thoughts, is because of your belief systems, which then in fact equals your reality. Okay. So the game of life and how to play it. Florence Shen. Okay. And this is again from the Prosperity Bible. So if you are a person and you like, well, I just want my life to change, I highly recommend you get this book. Okay. Could your life change without this book? Of course it can. Of course. You'll never hear me saying like, this is the only way your life will change. No, I let you guys know the things that I do. I let you guys know the books that I'm reading. I let you guys know I listen to personal development practically all day. That's the things that I tend to do. But it's not like, oh, this thing is going to change my life. What it really is you changing your life. Is you looking at your life and saying, you know what, I can change my life. I can receive better, so therefore I will do better. So I'm going to just give you guys a few, because I did a video on this already that should be coming to YouTube very, very shortly. And I just wanted to give you guys some stories. I love incorporating videos, like stories in my videos, because to me it makes you remember the story more, and then also is entertaining. Like, right, when you hear someone else had a certain belief system that in fact you probably had, and then they was able to change their belief system by changing their mindset and by changing what they tend to do. So it says, the imagination has been called the scissors of the mind, and it is ever cutting day by day. The pictures man sees there, and sooner or later he meets his own creations in his outer world. To train the imagination successfully, man must understand the workings of his mind. The Greeks said, know thyself. There are 3 departments of the mind: the subconscious, the conscious, the superconscious. The subconscious, 3 parts of the mind. Okay, I hope you really are paying attention to this. 3 parts, and that is why people tend to get what they get, because you don't have time. You don't have time to study. You don't have time to read. You don't have time to listen to personal development. And that's why you keep getting what you get. And because you have been designed to keep doing the same exact thing over and over on autopilot. Okay. And if you on autopilot, okay, you could say for instance, you always yelling. I used to be one of those. Okay. You can say every day, I will not yell, or I will not talk to my kids like that. And you know what? Few hours go past, guess what? You're going to talk to them like that again. You know why? Because it's in your subconscious. Because you have been conditioned to do so. Why? Because probably when you was a child, your parents yelled at you a lot. And so you are just following the programming. That's what you're doing. You following the habits. You following what you have been conditioned to do. Somebody said, oh, well, this is the way it works. You got to yell at your kids in order for them to listen. So chances are you're going to yell at your kids in order for them to listen. So there are 3 departments. Let's say this again. 3 departments of the mind. The subconscious. Okay. The subconscious, it does not, whatever you put in the subconscious, it just automatically accepts. So remember when I said, if you want to change what's going on in your subconscious mind, right? Through how you change what's going on in your subconscious mind. If you say, I'm not going to yell at my children, when they do something wrong, whatever, I'm just going to talk to them. Well, the way to do that is through study. You got to study, because there's a better way. Why is it that other parents don't always yell at their children all the time? They probably talk to their children once or twice. And I'm working on that, okay, about yelling at my children and stuff like that. I'm working on that. But that was just an example, okay? Because if other people don't have to yell at their children all the time, then that means that it is your programming which makes you think that that's what you have to do in order to get your children's attention. Okay. So the subconscious, the conscious, and the superconscious. So the conscious, well, we'll go over it. The subconscious is simply power without direction. It is like a steam or electricity. It does what it is directed to do. It has no power of induction. Whatever man feels deeply or images clearly is impressed upon the subconscious mind and carried out in a menaced detail. For example, a woman I knew, when a child always made believe she was a widow. All right, so is a lady that he knew, okay, Florence Shin, is a lady he knew that when she was a child, she will always believe that she would always dress up as a widow, like when she was a kid. Okay, this lady. She dressed up in black clothes and wore a long black veil. And people thought she was very clever and amusing. She grew up and married a man with whom she was deeply in love. And in a short time, he died. And she wore black and a sweeping veil for many years. The picture of herself as a widow was impressed upon the subconscious mind, and in due time worked itself out regardless of the havoc created. The conscious mind has been called mortal or carnal mind. It is the human mind and sees life as it appears to be. It sees death, disaster, sickness, poverty, limitation of every kind. And it impresses the subconscious. The superconscious mind is the God mind within each man and is the realm of perfect ideas, the superconscious. And it is the perfect pattern spoken of by Plato, the divine design. For there is a divine design for each person. There is a place that you are to feel, and no one else can feel something you are to do, which no one else can do. And that brings me to my next point, okay? So it's some people out here that says, well, I can't do X, Y, and Z because so many people is doing it. That field is oversaturated. Okay, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if the field is oversaturated. If Source gave you something to do, that is for you to do it. Let me say it again. If Source gave you something to do, that is for you to do it. So if Source said for you to write a book, it's for you to write a book. Okay? Because that's what it has been given to you. And nobody could ever write that book the way you could write it. Nobody could ever make those lyrics or rap that song the way you can do it. Nobody can ever speak that poetry the way you can do it. Nobody could ever do that speaking engagement the way you can do. No one can ever do that art the way you can do. So for you to keep saying, well, it's oversaturated, so many people that's doing it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many people doing it. It doesn't matter if it's thousands and thousands of people that's doing it. That does not matter. There is a calling on your life and you get not to shake it. Okay? You do not get to say, well, you know what? It would be nice for me to do that, but I'm afraid. What? What you mean? You got a gift inside you and you saying you afraid to do. That's the thing that you was born with. And you saying that you are afraid to do it. And because of other people's perception of you, you won't do it. You won't step out into your creativity. You won't do the thing that you was created to do. You won't give the people your gift that's ready to receive it. Very selfish. Very, very selfish. Hey, Mia Jackson, peace to you, baby. Peace to you, peace to you. Very, very selfish. Let me go on and read it, okay? It says, there is a place that you are to feel and no one else can feel. Something you are to do, which no one else can do. There is a perfect picture of this in the superconscious mind. It usually flashes across the conscious as an unattainable idea. Something too good to be true. In reality, it is man's true destiny or destination, flashed to him from the infinite intelligence which is within himself. So, and that was another point, to the people that's out there that's like, oh, well, I'm waiting for somebody to come save me. Good luck with that, because I'm here to tell you, ain't nobody coming. Many people, however, are ignorant of their true destinies and are striving for things and situations which do not belong to them, and will only bring failures and dissatisfactions if attained. For example, and this is a good example. This is really, really good. To the ones that's out there, and I said this in my video that's being uploaded to YouTube as we speak. If you are, because I know some people do love spells, right? If you are doing a love spell for someone to love you, you're going against universal law. But, you do what works for you. But you cannot make somebody love you if they don't love you. If they don't want to be with you, you cannot force someone to want to be with you. And this is a good example right here. For example, a woman came to me and asked me to speak the word that she would marry a certain man with whom she was very much in love. She called him AB. I replied that this would be a violation of spiritual law, but that I would speak the word for the right man, the divine selection, the man who belonged to her by divine right. I added, if AB is the right man, you can't lose him. And if he isn't, you will receive his equivalent. She saw AB frequently, but no headway. Oh, I'm phenomenal, Mohan. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Wait. She saw AB frequently, but no headway was made in their friendship. One evening, she called and said, Do you know for the last week, AB hasn't seemed so wonderful to me? I replied, maybe he is not the divine selection. Another man may be the right one. Soon after that, she met another man who fell in love with her at once, and who said she was his ideal. In fact, he said all the things that she had always wished AB would say to her. She remarked it was quite uncanny. She soon returned his love and lost all interest in AB. This shows the law of substitution. A right idea was substituted for a wrong one. Therefore, there was no loss or sacrifice involved. Jesus Christ said, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And he said the kingdom was within men. So you going out looking for whatever it is, you looking for love. You looking for security. Yeah, and that job that you want to stay on, or that job that they probably done fired you, and you like, oh my goodness, where I'm gonna get my next check from, what I'm gonna do, and you panicking. Security comes from within inside. If you ain't got it inside, you ain't got it. Let me say that again. Security comes from inside. If you ain't got it inside, you ain't got it. Jesus Christ said, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Now, let me tell you guys something, okay? I'm not religious, okay? Like I just want to put that out there. I'm not religious, but I could always get a message from a religion. Let me say that again. Because I know this may go over some of you guys' heads, and you getting caught up on the message, who said it. Well, you getting caught up on whom said it. That ain't important. What's important is what's being said. And you do yourself a disservice when you say, well, I can't learn anything from that person because they practice religion. And all these things shall be added unto you. And he said the kingdom was within men. The kingdom is the realm of right ideas, or the divine pattern. Jesus Christ taught that man's words play a leading part in the game of life. By your words ye are justified, and by your words ye are condemned. So, all that stuff that you speak over your life, you can't do it. It's not made for people like you. You're not smart enough. Those are spells. You casting spells on yourself. And it's so funny because so many people talk about spells and black magic and dark magic and voodoo and all this other stuff. But at the same time, you practicing it each and every day. Oh yeah, you ain't know that. Yeah, you practicing it each and every day. You casting spells on your life each and every. You ain't know that. Yeah, you doing it. Each and every time that you tell yourself you can't do this. Each and every time. Many people have brought disaster into their lives through idle words. For example, a woman once asked me why her life was now one of poverty, of limitation. Formerly, she had a home. She was surrounded by beautiful things and had plenty of money. We found she had often tired of the management of her home. She grew tired of the management of the home where she was living at. And had said repeatedly, I'm sick and tired of things. I wish I lived in a trunk. And she added, today I'm living in that trunk. She has spoken herself into a trunk. The subconscious mind has no sense of humor, okay? And people often joke themselves into unhappy experiences. For example, a woman who had a great deal of money joked continuously about getting ready for the poorhouse. In a few weeks, she was, let me see, she almost having impressed the subconscious mind with a picture of lack of limitation. Unfortunately, the law works both ways, and a situation of lack may be changed to one of plenty. For example, a woman came to me one hot summer day, for a treatment for prosperity. She was worn out, dejected, and discouraged. She said she possessed just $8 in the world. I said, good. We'll bless the $8 and multiply them as Jesus Christ multiplied the loaves and the fishes. For he taught that every man had the power to bless and to multiply, to heal and to prosper. She said, what shall I do next? I replied, follow intuition. You know why I get like this, excited about life? Because all the things that I have heard my mentor say, the things are in the books, and then you have these synchronicities, like the universe is always speaking to you through numbers, through books, through people. You may walk down a block and someone may be saying that same exact thing that you just was thinking about. Have you a hunch to do anything or to go anywhere? Intuition means intuition, or to be taught from within. It is man's unerring guide, and I will deal more fully with its laws in a following chapter. The woman replied, I don't know. I seem to have a hunch to go home. I've just enough money for car fare. Her home was in a distant city and was one of lack and limitation. And the reason in mind or intellect would have said, stay in New York and get work and make some money. I replied, then go home. Never violate a hunch. I spoke the following words for her. Infinite Spirit opened a way for great abundance for. She is an irresistible magnet for all that belongs to her by divine right. I told her to repeat it continuously also. She left for home immediately, and calling on a woman one day, she linked up with an old friend of her family. Through this friend, she received thousands of dollars. She has said to me often, tell people about the woman who came to you with the $8 in a hunch. There's always plenty on man's pathway, but it can only be brought into manifestation through desire, faith, or spoken word. So, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I remember, and I had shared this story before, but I remember when I was a kid, okay? And, honey, I should have put some more over here. But I remember when I was a kid, right? And my grandmother would always say, this thing in your mouth called the tongue, she said that thing could get you into trouble. Or, I'm saying it can get you out of trouble. You have to understand and realize the things that you speak over your life, it shall be fulfilled. Okay? And even if you joking, and that's why I don't hang around people that, you have friends sometimes that may joke and they may say you ugly. They may say whatever they say. And then you may laugh at that. I don't find stuff like that funny. But you may laugh at that, them saying that you ugly. And then the next minute, you could have felt like you was the prettiest person in the world, the gorgeous person in the world, the most beautiful, handsome person in the world. But because you have allowed them to keep saying, oh, you ugly, now you believed it. Now you believe it. And now you walk around like you're actually ugly. That's why I don't give my time to anybody. I don't be around anyone. No. Mm-mm. You have to definitely be on the same exact frequency as me. And you have to know how special you are. Because if you know how special you are, then you know how special I am. And so if you around people that's joking, telling you ugly, telling you that you could never amount to anything, and they be joking and laughing, I mean, you do what you want. But that stuff is going into your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind, it can't distinguish if it's a joke, if you playing, if the person ain't mean it like that. It don't distinguish it like that. Only thing, it takes it. So through repetition, you hearing it enough of times, it just takes it. And so with that being said, I love you guys, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace.